Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am accompanied by Bonnie and Rockstar Bonnie, and we're going to show you how to draw Five Nights at Freddy's 1 version of Bonnie. As long as you can draw simple shapes like squares, triangles, circles, ovals, then you can draw anything. Let's see how we do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do to draw Bonnie is draw a square. His head is basically a square. It's rounded on the edges. So don't draw this too dark. Bonnie, of course, is drawing right along with us here. His ears, we got another rectangle above this side and another rectangle over here. And an oval on the top, and an oval on the top. You can connect it with little tiny rectangles.
Mine might not be as good as normal because
you got gloves on. You try to make your ears a little bit bigger if you can, so that way you've got enough room to do that second color. So inside the ears, he's got another little pocket. I'm going to round these corners off a little bit, because this is kind of the process. You're going to draw a basic shape, and then you're going to refine it into more of the shape that you want it to be. So the ovals, I'm going to go ahead and add the inside of the ears. Now, let's jump into the face, because here's where things get a little bit complicated. We've got a square. I want to draw just a very light line right across the middle. This is going to divide where his eyes live and where his mouth lives. We're going to divide it just to make things a little bit easy. Now we've got quadrants. This is where the one eye is going to go, the other eye, and then the nose will be in the middle, and then the mouth. So we'll start off with a big circle for the eye, and another big circle for this eye. Now, one of the things that makes Five Nights at Freddy's character so creepy is the difference between the animatronic eye and then the actual eye on the inside. So now we'll draw a smaller circle inside. Draw a straight line across to give it eyelids and little dead eyes on the inside. All right, Bonnie, can you catch up? Take your time, don't rush. I'm rounded off my top two corners of his head. There you go, those eyelids, super important. The nose is basically a triangle on the bottom. It's kind of got a little bit of a roundness to the top side of it though. We'll divide his snout. We'll go down about a little bit more than halfway. And coming from the corner of the nose, round out his fluffy cheeks. Now, because we've got these big fluffy cheeks, and this is Bonnie, he's also got these big fluffy cheeks on the side. These are kind of like half circles that come out of the side of his head. And go ahead and bring those all the way across to connect to the fluffy part of the snout. How you doing, Bonnie? Looking pretty good. Now we'll draw his bottom jaw. So we'll just take our square here and make it a little more rounded. And draw a line straight across. And we'll make it easy. We'll just do 4 teeth. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, let's do 6. We're not going to do any on the top row though. Now, just like that, you've got a recognizable Bonnie head. Before we color it, should we do the arms and should we do the body, Bonnie? Bonnie says yes, so we're going to draw the body. Come straight from his bottom of his jaw and draw a very large egg shape. And give him a little, draw a little underwear shape down here for his hips. Beneath the chin, he's got his signature bow tie, so we'll just do a little circle right there for the center of the bow tie. And a triangle, and a triangle. And then we'll come from that and we'll do the little inner belly.
I went ahead and rounded off mine.
You went ahead and rounded it? Good. Be creative with it. This doesn't all have to be OG Bonnie. You could turn this into Nightmare Bonnie or
Toy Bonnie.
Toy Bonnie.
Withered Bonnie.
Withered Bonnie.
Jackal Bonnie.
Spring Bonnie.
Spring Bonnie, yeah.
Alright, let's throw in some arms real quick. Now the arms are basically still squares, well, rectangles. But yeah, they have a little bit of an oval quality to them. So I'm going to pick a spot out here. We got a little tiny triangle for the shoulder. And a little tiny triangle for the shoulder. And big bunny rabbit arms. And another bunny rabbit arm for the forearm. And the hands. We're looking at an action figure for a reference. We'll just do a C shape for the hand and a backward C on this side. And then with a little work, this becomes a thumb and this becomes a finger, and we can just add 2 more fingers. C shape, extra finger, extra finger. We'll give a little hint of a palm back there. And the connector, 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 connector. Give the impression of legs, but we're not going to draw all those yet. And ta-da! We've got a Bonnie. Now the tricky part. We're going to line it first before we start to color. So I'm going to use a Sharpie regular for my line. Bonnie's got a Sharpie S gel pen over here that he's going to use for his. So this is the part where you don't line all of those construction lines that you did. The way we divided the face, the rough marks, you're not going to line those because you don't want to keep those. You can get that out. So I'm going to start with his head and make long, smooth lines. And down the other side of the head with another long, smooth line. So my oval cheeks that poked out, now I really made them part of the head by drawing it in one flowing motion. Now, once your line work gets complete and you've got everything inked, you can erase it. I'm using a kneaded eraser. This is just like a putty. You stretch it and you work it. It's okay to use an eraser like this, totally fine. Try to stay away from these erasers. The red erasers or the orange erasers oftentimes will leave a mark on your paper, and that's not what you want. I will highly recommend with any art supply, whether it be markers, crayons, paint, anything, try it on a test sheet first and see what the color looks like. Okay, he's gonna get his own colors out. He's gonna be using markers. I'm gonna use crayons, I hope. And we'll see how this goes. All right, time to start coloring. I'm just very, very lightly coloring the areas that are light purple, and then using a little bit more pressure on the areas that are dark purple. hopefully you guys have been following along. Hopefully this has been a slightly coherent video and you were able to draw along with us. And it would be really, really cool if you could share your results, because Bonnie and I would love to see how you drew Bonnie. Bonnie, can we get a thumbs up if you want to see that? Yeah. Smoothing out my crayon using the white crayon. I'm going to use a black crayon to get inside of his mouth. And I need a red for his eyes.
Sorry, that's okay.
We'll use pink instead. There we go. Now I want to add some shadows, so I'm going to use a little black crayon and go into the bottom of the cheeks and just lightly scrub on top of it. This whole side of the head maybe is a little bit darker than this side. Maybe the light's shining from this angle, so this side will be a little bit darker. Or if you want to just give it that Five Nights at Freddy's feel, just give it a little light brushing of this black and let the wax of the crayon kind of do its work. Very, very gently use the wax crayon on the snout too to give it that rough and dirty kind of look. Give a little bit of shadow on the ears, a little grittiness there. And we're almost finished. Don't forget to color in the little animatronic arms on each section of his ear. For bonus points, you can add a very light shadow to his eyes on the edges. See if our white can go over top of this to give us a little highlight. If it does not, that's okay. Go back to the black, a little bit of shadow on the teeth. And there we go. We're going to continue coloring this and then we'll post the finished results. Okay guys, there you have it. That is how you draw a simple Bonnie. Bonnie, how do you think you did? Can you show the people? Whoa, look at that. So Rockstar Bonnie drew his using some Crayola super tip markers. He went over it with a little bit of black crayon to kind of give it that gritty Five Nights at Freddy's look. He also drew it while wearing a mask and gloves.
Final reveal.
Final reveal.
The entire thing.
So here we go. Here's mine. This one is done in Crayola crayons. Going over it with a black crayon to give it that little gritty texture really did help. Let us know how you did if you followed along at home, and if you could send it in to us at jandjartcreations at Gmail, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok. We'd love to see how you did.
So yeah, it was hard for me to draw this and get it right because I was wearing this and it's been getting dusty ever since Halloween. So.
This was his Halloween costume that we built last year. So this is all made from EVA foam.
And the eyes are a little dusty, so it was really hard to like get a good. But like if I didn't have this on, I would have done a lot better.
I think you did a great job. I can't wait to see how everyone else did. You guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit different than what we normally do, but as long as there's some support, we can totally do things like this more regularly. Hope that you hit the like button if you like this kind of content. Subscribe so you can see more stuff like this. Make sure to comment which Five Nights at Freddy's character is your favorite. Who would you want to see next? You guys have a good Easter.